Hello friends, so in this part we will learn what are functions in Python. So to know the functions in Python, so in Python, function is a block of reusable code that perform a specific task. Like we will define a task in a function and we can use that function again and again. So functions are used to organize code and facilitate code reuse. So once we have defined a function, we can use it anywhere. So like it is basically creating a small program which can be used later. Now let's take an example here. Like we have created a function add number where we have given a and b number and sum them and return sum. So this is basically a function add number which will add to number. So what are the meaning of all these terms, like which is def here? So this is keyword, like def is keyword used to define a function in Python. Like whenever we have to create a function, we will start with def keyword, then we have to give the function name. In our case is add number. So function name is similar to the variables, like we will define a variable. Similarly we can have a function name containing a function that reflect its purpose also, like this function name will reflect what this function will do. So something similar to our function our purpose, we can describe our function name. Next is arguments. Arguments is basically these are optional input that can pass to the function. Like these are some optional, like a and b, these are optional input that can be passed to the function. Next is your colon. We have to close this with a colon. A colon marks the end of function, defining header and indicate the start of the function body. So this is the end of the header and our body of the function will start. Now code block, like what is the code block? This is indented block, like we have to give indentation here, like from def it is inside this function, contain the instruction to be executed when the function is called. So what function will do, like instructions will be given inside this function. It should be properly indented with spaces or tab. So it will be indented first, then we can define inside the function what this function will do. Next is your return statement. So return statement, this is an optional statement used to specify the value that the function should return when it is called. So what function will return when the function will be called? It is the value that it will give. Next term is like how to call a function. To call a function and use its result, you simply write the function name followed by parenthesis and any required argument. Like if there are required argument, we can do that. Like in this case we have created a variable result. Inside that we will define a function and then we will print. So it will give an answer. So it will add both the number. So this way we will define function. So now let's go to our Jupyter notebook and start creating a function. So now we are in our Jupyter notebook and we will create a function here. So first of all we will type def, which is to define a function. Then I will give name of function like add number. So this is the name of the function and here I will define two argument a and b. After that I will close this, then enter. So there should be an indentation. Then I will sum equal to a plus b. So it will add both the number and return statement, what it will do. So I will say it will sum. Then next thing is we have to call this function. I will run this and after this I have to call this function. To call this function I will create a variable here result and here I will get add number and after that here I will put some number 2 and 3. Then I will print result. So it will run, so it will give an error here. So we have to see where is the error, because add number we have an underscore here, so it will give a name here, like how this function will work. So this is the way your function will work. Next is like we will take some more example like how function will work. So first of all is like if you have to square a number, like we have a number and we have to square, function to calculate square of number. So I will give a heading here, function to calculate square of numbers. I will add some more cells here and I will just make it more small. Now it's more readable. So function to calculate square of number. So I will define here def is to define a function, and then I will give square, and here I will take num, like argument, like what it will be the number here. Then I will enter and write return. It will return like num. So I will give 2 stars here to multiply it with 2. So this way we can generate a square of number. Now we can either put it in a variable or either print it like this also, like print square, or I will put here 2 and then just run this. So we have to check where is the problem here. Square is the name of function. So now what we need to do here is we have to run this. Like if I will run this again, so this will work. If I will change the number here and then run this, so it will give 36 here. So we have to execute it, then it will give the answer. If I will only click over this and run it, it will not give the answer. Next is we are like finding even or odd number in a function. To do that, like we have to define, we have to start with def, then I will give it some name, check, I will give it a name like even, odd, so that it can be easily recognized. Then I will put num, we have to put some number here. Then I will go to next line, if num, and say like when we will divide with 2, if it's equal to like modulus is 0, like if its modulus is 0, like if we divide num with 2, then we have to return it's even, and else, like else I will give here. So indentation we need to keep in mind, and these semicolons should be keep in mind. Then we have to return odd. Now we can run this function. So first of all I will run this, so it's run. Now I will print. Here I will give check even, odd, and here I will give some number like 7 and run this. So it is an odd number. Similarly, if I will give 6 here, so it will show it is an even number. So this way we can even or odd number in a function. Next is like if we want to concatenate 2 strings, like we have 2 strings and we want to concatenate it. So how we can create a function for that? So to concatenate them, I will go to the next line, and here we will create a function. I will just add some more line here. To do that, like we will create def and name something like concatenate. I will give name. Then I will give 2 arguments like string 1, string 2. So these are arguments. Then I will close this function here. then return, I will say string 1 plus string 2. So what it will do, it will add both strings. Now I will like either I will run it same, I will run it in the next cell. Now I will print, and I will give the name of the function concatenate, and then I will close this. Here I will give name of string 1. So I will write here hello, how are you, and just run this. So it will give an error here, so we have to check why it's an error. I will run this first, then I will run it. Name concatenate is not defined, so I just have to copy this and put it here. Maybe some error in the spelling. Okay, so it's run now. Hello, how are you? So this way we can create concatenate two string. Next is like if we have 3 numbers and we want to find the maximum of out of them. Find maximum value from 3 numbers. So how we can create a function for that in Python. So here we have find maximum value from 3 numbers, like which number. So how we can create a function, like we'll put a def, and then I will say find max. I will give it a name find max, and here I will give like num1, then num2, num3. So for that we already have a function max in Python. So I will give an here. First of all I have to close this. I haven't closed them. Okay. Now I will return. Then there is already a function max in Python. So I will put max here, and I will copy all the above numbers. So I will copy all the above number, Control C and Control V. So it will find the maximum number out of them. Now if I will run this, so it will run. And now if I will print and give the name of the function here, find max, put it here, and here I will put some number like 56, 86, 89, and run this. So it will give the maximum number out of that. Next is like similarly we can create the minimum also. Similarly we can create a min also function. Next is like function to reverse a string. Like if we have a string and if we want to reverse it, how we can do it. Function to reverse a string. Like if we will create a string and if we want to run it, how to create a function for that. So it will start with the def here, then I will put reverse. I will give the same name string so that it is easily recognition. Here I will give string and just close it. So whatever string we will make, that value will be in the argument. And then I will put return, and spelling is wrong. Then I will give space, then I will put string, and here like I will put this semicolon, like it will start from -1, so it will reverse it. Like if you will give it like this, from 0 it will go till 0 and start from -1, that it's mean. So how it will work now, like if you will give some string here. Now I will run this, and now I will print, copy the string name, and then I will put here some string, like I will put the name Mr. Academy, and run this. So it will reverse it. So to reverse a string, we have to put these two decimals and -1. So it will start from your -1 and go till 0. So this way it will reverse the string. Next is like if you want to find out the average of numbers, like if we will put some number and then we want to find it average of those numbers, how we can create that. For like I will put a def here and I will pay average. I will name average, and here I will put number, average number, and here I will define num. So I will first of all give one more thing, what we are doing here. Average of number function in Python. So def average num we put there. Then we will enter it and put return. So return statement is basically to define the function what it will do. So I will put sum. Here I will put num. Num is like name for number which we will give there. Sum is to add them. Then I will divide it by len. Len is calculate the length of the string number, like how many number we have put here. Put num, and then I will run this function. So it will execute it. Now I will print. Now I will call this function print average number. Then I will give it a list inside this, like I will give some number 1 2 3 4 7, whatever number you will give, and then I will run this. So it will give the average of the number. So length, it will count them and divide them. So this way we can find out the average of number function in Python. There are other ways also, but you can try these. If you want to count the length of the string through functions, how we can use that? I will put def find length. Like I will give, if I want to string. So it's very, there is a function length in the function, like we have already used that also. So it is already defined. So we have to give return. I will put len string. First of all I will put len. Len is the function, and here I will put string. So if we have to find out length of the string, so we will use the length string, length function here. Now I will run this. So it will, this function will do, I will just put it here. It will find the length of string. So how it will do it? So I will put print here, then I will give the name of the function, and here I will put some string here, like how, I will put how are you. So I will give it as a length here. So it will give 11. So it will start from 0 and it will count all this, whatever number of string is there. So we can create other functions also, like we will get, like if you want to find the square root of numbers. So if we have function to find the square root of numbers. Suppose like we define a function def, and it will give a name square root, and here I will put num. So this is the name, I will put underscore here. Square root num is the name of the function. Okay, I haven't closed it, so I have to close it, and then I will put return, then I will put num, and then I will star 0.5. So we will just multiply it with this. Now if you will give some number, suppose like if you will give some number like print square root, and here I will put something like 9 and just run it. So it will give 3. If I will change it, if I will put 16, so it will 4. If I will give 15, so it will give in points. So this way this will give the square root of any number. Next is like if we have to count the occurrence of character in a string. So how we will create it? So I will put it here. Count the occurrence of character in a string. So how we'll create a function for that? So to create a function for that, I will add some cells here. Okay. So first of all, I will create a function def with the def keyword count char. I will give it a name count char. So this much is enough. Here I will define first of all string and character. Then I will close it. And then I will return. After that I will type your string is, and we have to count it. So we will string dot count. So it will count the string, and what it will count here is character. So this is the function which we will define here. So first of all we will write the string, then we will character. It will count character. So count function will be used here. So this is already we have defined one function count. So this is used here. Then I will run this and I will print it now. Count character, and here I will put some values like hello, how are you, and then I will define here like O, and just run this. So it will find out like we have 3 times O occurrence of character in a string. So count is used here. Next is your like if we want to make a string upper or lower case, how we can do that. So I will put here convert string into uppercase. So I will add some cells here. I will click over this and add some cells. So it's not working. I have to check what's the problem. Okay, here we will go. So convert string into uppercase. So for that, first of all we have to define a function def, and I will put it something like this, uppercase. So this is the name of our string, uppercase. Then I will put here string, then close this. After that I will return, then I will put string dot upper. So we will upper this string and just close this and run this program. Now I will print, sorry. So now I will print this, execute this. So print like I will put here uppercase and give some string here like Python and just run this. So it will convert it into an uppercase. Similarly we can create this for lowercase also, like if I will put def and give it a name lowercase string. I will give it the name so that we can understand it, and here I will give str, just close it and return str dot lower, just close this and run this. So we have defined a string which will be converted to lower case. So like if I will print, and here I will give the name of the string control C, like function here, and here I will write in capital L and then run this. So it will expected error because we haven't closed it here, so I have to close it here also. So it will convert upper to lower. So that's all in this video. Thank you very much for watching.